Pollinators are incredibly diverse. Some need to be strong to pry open big flowers. Some come as small as 1/12 of an inch, and they need small, easily accessible flowers. And some go all the way up to over an inch in length, like this big mama. Some are even adapted to drink poison nectar. Bees come in all kinds of amazing colors, and these native bees are critically important pollinators, often even more so than European honeybees. And diversity in plants is key to feeding all these different kinds of bees. But where do we find diverse plants? I had a little weed that was tucked inside our garden hose, and because it was hidden, it was able to escape the lawnmower, just long enough to make this. It had made one tiny flower, waving like a little white flag of truce. Well, a pale blue flag. And I would have easily missed that, except that I'm constantly checking my weeds for exactly this reason, to find the gems. This little volunteer is a blue-eyed grass. At a plant nursery, it sells for around $10 to $15. I know because I bought these 3 a month ago. But Mother Nature brought me this new one for free. It only took a few minutes to make it a home in my garden, and I put it right next to the 3 plants I'd bought. These blue-eyed grasses aren't actually grass. They're in the iris family. They bloom early in the spring, and mine have been covered in all kinds of tiny bees. You can see my little volunteer looks a little different from the store-bought plants, but after much research, I actually think it's the same species, just genetically different, a different variety, which is exactly what we need more of in our gardens. Nurseries so often sell clones of plants. It's how they ensure plants are genetically identical and will perform predictably. I'm using heavy air quotes on perform here because genetic diversity is key to a healthy garden and a healthy earth. It's what allows us to feed all these different pollinators and to find disease-resistant plant species in an increasingly disease-prone world. My weed is no longer a weed, not because I killed it, but because I gave it a home. There aren't a lot of spaces left for plants to get a proper chance to send up their truce flags. Concrete is pervasive. Lawns get mowed constantly. Reducing lawn by adding gardens can be a huge help to give a landing pad where weeds can grow long enough that they can become identifiable. But we can still try to study our grass for interesting weeds too. In our lawn, we get a tremendous amount of the invasive mock strawberry. You can tell it by its yellow flowers. But this spring, we let our grass grow a little bit longer than usual, which let a few things in the grass grow tall enough to bloom. And that was the chance I needed to discover our native wild strawberry growing in the grass way at the back of our property. You can tell it by its white flowers, or little white flags of truce. We've been taught to control nature, often by whatever means necessary. But when we control it so tightly, we miss out on so much beauty and discovery. Why not instead collaborate with nature? She's extremely wise and will happily teach us so much. And working with her is way more fun than working against her. Nature is working around the clock trying to repair herself, and we can lend her a hand right in our own backyards. And we're not working alone. Watch this video next to see who's helping.
We did it.